Hi everyone. So I am here to do something I haven't done for a little while. It might have been a few weeks, maybe a month since I've done this, and it's a tag video. So this is the booktuber role or role of a booktuber tag, I believe it's called, and it was created by Allison Annotated, and I was tagged by Suey's Book Banter. I will link both of their channels down below so you can check them out. They have great content, so yeah, go check them out, and I hope you like this video as well. So, question number one is, how do you view your role as a booktuber? Examples might be critic, curator, an influencer, an entertainer, an educator, etc. I don't know. I never really consider myself anything specific besides a booktuber, and maybe somebody that you can discuss books with, you know, a book friend, as I believe Sue had put it, and I agree with that. Hopefully people like my content. They find me, easy to talk to, friendly, approachable with different opinions and stuff. I hope I'm entertaining. It would be great, if I could teach people what I've learned and stuff. I don't think I'm an educator, but, if you're educated by anything on this channel, that's a plus. So yeah, a bookish friend, a friend on BookTube. A reviewer, basically, also. I don't do just tag videos or things that are similar. I like actual book reviews and book discussions. So, if I had to pick a specific one, maybe book reviewer. Do you have any educational background in literature or literary criticism, either formal or self-directed? And if you're comfortable sharing, do you have any other educational or professional experience that you bring to bear on your reviews? Not really. I mean, I like to think that I've educated myself on some things, but I wouldn't consider myself professionally self-educated in any way. That I can say that my opinions are fact or this or that, You know, I try to do my research and stuff, but like I said, I'm not a professional on anything. I try to, be informed about things, but, again, no formal education outside of basic schooling that we all do. Number 3, do you typically do any research on either the book or the author before you review a book? I didn't before, and I don't always now. It really depends on how I felt about the book and everything, and what kind of book it is and stuff, If I'm reviewing it for the first time, maybe not, because you don't always pick up on everything. For example, this happened with me and The Hunger Games, right? It's one of my favorite series now. And I didn't read the book until I had watched I didn't start reading the books until I had watched the first movie. And I thought the movie was okay. But I didn't pick up the book until a few years after, and like I said, it became one of my favorite series, if not my favorite book. And there's so much more to that book than there is the movie, which happens a lot. And don't get me wrong, I don't hate the movie. It was well acted, it has a great score, but there's just so much missing. And, like I said, that happens. But there was a lot of things I didn't pick up on, like a lot of the social commentary and other things outside of the basic plot. There's a lot of little things in there that are big things, but they're not as mentioned as much as what I mean. So, like I said, it really depends on the type of book it is. If it's a book with a lot of heavy topics and stuff, I will do more research now than I did before, that is for sure. So, like I said, it really depends. But what I read, yeah, I've been doing it a little bit more now. Do you focus your reviews more on the objective qualities of the book or your subjective opinions about it? I would say a little of both. Again, going back to number 3, it really depends on the book and everything. Because if it's like a lighthearted, silly book that's just more meant for fun, then I guess it's more my opinion on if it entertained me or not. But if it's, stuff with heavier topics, then I'm going to review and critique how that was written into the story. Was it written respectfully? Did it seem well researched? And of course, the writing style and, if I think it kept people engaged more than, say, another book on the same type of subject. Number 5, have you ever received a free book or advanced reader copy from the author, and if so, did it have any impact on your ability to honestly review the book or on how you felt about it? I have gotten a couple, I don't know if they're PDFs or that kind of format from some people, especially like poetry books and stuff, but I've never received from big companies physical copies of books. And I mean, I didn't have any issues reviewing. I said what was positive in the reviews and what I thought could have been improved. And I've been pretty lucky. I haven't gotten a lot, but I enjoyed the poetry. It's beautifully written. But for example, one had some of the lettering, titles and stuff, in a light color yellow, and it's kind of hard to read. But other than that, the book itself was fine. So yeah, I have not had too many problems with that. Number 6. Do you review every book you read? Are there any reasons you might read a book but choose not to review it? I don't review every book that I've read, and that's mainly if I felt that I didn't understand enough of the book. I read it, but maybe I didn't have time to comprehend all of it, and I felt I kind of rushed through it, and I might have to read it again. I don't want to just say, yeah, I read this book, it was okay. I want to have book discussions, book reviews, so I don't review everything that I read, right away at least. Number 7. How do you feel about the fact that many people now primarily consume book reviews by hobbyists on BookTube rather than professional critics? What is lost, what is gained? I get most of my book information from people on BookTube, or Book Talk. I don't really read too many, professional reviews. I mean, if I come across it, I might read it, but I don't seek it out. I want to hear from the average reader. People who are interested in the same kind of books that I am, or, somebody that could, maybe lead me to finding a book that I like that I never would have thought about reading before, you know? So that was the role of the booktuber tag. If you are watching and you have not done it and you want to do it, I officially tag you. Thanks for watching, everybody. Bye-bye.